What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer, checking out something about as random as you can ever get in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! But I've just kind of been thinking about it. So I just thought about Evil Eye. I've seen it a couple times, and I'm like, man, that seems really interesting. And honestly, like the main equipped card that it's attached to is pretty decent. It gives you targeting and card battle and card destruction and protection, which is pretty good for your monster, whatever it's equipped to. It can easily add itself back to the hand really easily, and all the other like counter traps and the continuous trap is like really good. Okay, so I wanted to build a deck around it that could take advantage of some things. There's a dark archetype, so that helps. Okay, it benefits you to Foolish Burial your traps because you can just add back Evil Eye Celine. And if you do, drop it into the graveyard, you can do some pretty cool stuff. Now, what does this all mean? Well, let's take a look, okay? I'm going to start here with E-Telly. Bringing out, yes, Z-Almond, okay? Z-Almond's going to go ahead and add Foxy Tune. Foxy Tune can discard, which this is already cool. We've already done something cool. So this card right here, the Cato Blepis, sure. What kind of name is that? It special summons itself for free from the graveyard. It's literally spinny, okay, which is great. You don't have a way to like send it to the graveyard, unfortunately, unless of course you have Foxy Tune. So that's pretty neat right off the bat, okay? Then of course you're gonna go for Chaos Ruler. All of your monsters are dark. Also, you can go ahead and trigger the Deer Note, bringing back the Foxy Tune, which is an 8. Now we don't need to mill that much more, okay? So we're gonna look at the top 5 and see what we can mill. Okay, so we got a couple of good mills, okay? Let's go ahead and look. I got to send Celine. Now, unfortunately, I did open it, so it's not the best thing in the world. But at least I have another copy, and there's actually a lot of use depending on your hand for this. So, okay, I can go ahead and set Evil Eye Celine. You can activate as many you want per turn, and these are 2/8s. So there you go. Here's one form of disruption. You've given yourself an incredible amount of advantage. You found an Evil Eye Celine. So when you normal summon something like Cerseal, Watcher of the Evil Eye, you get to search one of the good traps. In this case, I added Evil Eye Retribution. When a spell trap is activated while you control an Evil Eye monster, negate the activation, destroy it. If Evil Eye Celine is on the field, which it will be, it cannot be negated, no matter what. Your opponent can respond to it, but it can't be negated, which is amazing. So this is just a free special summon as well, and then also as a Foolish Burial. So this deck is honestly, okay, it's not great, of course. It's not that far off from being decent. It's just like mega okay now, like mega casual. If you can Foolish Burial something, the idea, I think, is that you Foolish Burial Evil Eye Celine or another trap. If there is an Evil Eye spell or trap that can activate when sent to the graveyard or when banished, you can, like, that is when things start to get kind of crazy. Like, that's when some synergy can start going down. So, here we go. Okay, like I said, that's a free special summon. That was a free special summon. I got the Foolish Burial and Evil Eye Celine. So now I have all 3 in rotation, which is just kind of meh. But at least I have 2 of these, and I can equip to both of them. So what does that mean? This is a quick effect monster negate. This is a quick effect destroy your opponent's special summon monster. And again, both of these cards can't be targeted. Cannot be destroyed by battle card effects. And it can't be targeted. So like pretty much as good as protection as you're going to get for any boss monster, like in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, and then I can go ahead and do something like Pot of Prosperity, look at the top 3, maybe add another interruption. So I grab an Ash. So this is the end board. I mean, when you're looking at Evil Eye, like how bad is this, right? So you have Hope Harbinger. Again, I talked about this. You have a special summon Destroy. You have a monster negate on the field. You have a spell and trap negate that can't be negated, and you also have Ash. I don't know. I feel like that's the end goal. I feel like that's all you can do. This is the, I don't know. They told me this was the game-winning list, but I saw Final Countdown in their deck, and I don't think that was in there. But this is a Mystic Mind list. It's the same idea. It's Mystic Mind Burn, okay? Not too much craziness going on. So he activated there, can be only one. He activated Goes and Match. That's fine. I could have negated it, but I'm looking at these other back 3, and I'm like, ugh, I feel like I should probably just wait, right? One of them is, okay, so he's got a couple of Dark Bribe. Tries to activate Mystic Mind, tries to activate Dark Bribe, but this card cannot be negated. So even though this is a counter trap that negates spells and traps because Evil Eye Celine is on the board, he just gave me a +1 for no reason. Okay, that's going to trigger, that's going to boost this attack, and then I can probably just go for game, right? Ujama Trio ain't doing nothing. So that was game 1, which is pretty cool. Now look at this just Chad masterclass of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel I have created here. Okay, so Pot of Extravagance can go ahead. This is like the perfect opening, right? Pot of Extravagance, Pot of Duality. He has Demise of the Land, Ojama Trio, and Goes in Match. And then he also grabs Metaverse. I don't think that gets much better than this. So what's he going to do? Chainlink 1 Metaverse. Chainlink 2 Ojama Trio. Chainlink 3 Goes in Y. I'm going to chain E-Telly. That's going to give me a Earth monster. So none of these tokens can special summon. He just totally screwed himself there. And I can go ahead and banish 3. Look at the top 3. Probably should have added Foxy Tune. And then I'm going to go to the end phase. E-Telly obviously banishes. And then boom, Mystic Mine is dead. I am feeling really good. I have 12 outs. I have 3 Lightning Storm, 3 Evenly Matched, 3 Cosmic Cyclone, and a Harpy's Feather Duster in the deck right now. Of course, I haven't seen any, even off of Pot of Prosperity, which it is what it is. But we're going to go ahead and start passing churn, right? He hasn't found, like, his next win condition. Another Pot of Extravagance. It literally doesn't get better than this. Dark Ruler No More isn't doing anything. Yeah. And then there he is, Final Countdown. But now look. Oh, he has set 2 Demise of the Land, meaning that it's on me to start playing. His win condition is not in place, so there's no pressure on me to get started anywhere. There's not a lot of pressure anyways, because, right, I would have either 20 churns or something like 10, I think. It's like 12 maybe for Cauldron of the Owned Man. So what I'm going to wait for theoretically, right, is I'm going to wait for Harpies, I'm going to wait for Evenly Matched, Lightning Storm, and then hopefully have like 4 of those, and I can destroy his back row at the end. But now I'm just thinking, okay, we're just passing churn. It looks like he can't get rid of these cards, which is actually hilarious. So he's going to have to keep discarding. And I think after that, I'm pretty sure. So I do have the 2 outs here, right? I actually feel pretty confident. But yeah, you can activate Mystic Mine all you want, but there's no monsters on the board. And I think he's just kind of realizing that he's not going to be able to beat this. So yes, I beat Mystic Mine through a deck out. Shout out to me. But I thought that game 1 was pretty interesting. But I thought that the play in game 2 was really what put it over the top. E-Telly is so insane for a card. And then he goes ahead and surrenders. Because right, he's going to deck out before I do. We'll look at a couple more. Here's one replay, and I'll show you another just kind of test hand. Just some things that you can do. Starting off with E-Telly. Of course, like the whole deck, if you don't draw E-Telly, it's kind of rough. He did Ash right there. And I did have Foxy already in hand. So I'm going to go for Deer Note and Chaos. He actually DD Crows the wrong target. He goes for Deer Note. So luckily for me, the 2 hand traps go wasted. Basically, they literally have done nothing to me. What did I mill? I did mill a Catoblepis. So that's something. So I can go ahead and go into Evil Eyed, and then I can set 2. So I can have a negate for a monster that he summons. I have a spell and trap negate that can't be negated. I have a spell negate. And also, when he special summons a monster with anything less than 2600 attack, I get to take control of it. No holds bar. If it's a good monster, I just get to take it. Now that number goes up to 3000. It ends up going pretty fast. There's a mandatory effect of this that has to destroy a monster. But if there are no monsters pointed to, obviously it can. It's just still a mandatory effect. So you're basically every turn, you're going to be gaining 500 attack no matter what. He does go for a Dusted Gold there. Goes into the battle phase. I'm going to go ahead and switch. That way I can get the Chaos Ruler into the graveyard. He's going to go for a Hero Lives. I'm going to go ahead and grab that because I know the last card in hand is Dark Calling, which I have the negate for. Still other pieces of interruption. I can still destroy a Spell and Trap, maybe even banish it, but this is probably more than enough. And that was a good top deck as well. I could have just gotten another one of these Evil Eye Retributions. And then, again, this is kind of the same thing. The deck is fairly consistent for an Evil Eye deck. I may do a deck profile for this. I don't know. It is just so silly. It's kind of like an all or nothing. Again, when you get to discard Catoblepis, it's just it lets you do some pretty cool stuff. So I can go ahead and look at the top 5 in this case. Okay, I get to mill that again. And I get to grab an Effect Veiler while also giving myself advantage in the graveyard. I can normal summon this. I already had Evil Eye Selene. Special summon that out. Change those into Gorgon, which cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and it cannot be targeted. I have an Imperm, a Spell and Trap negate, a Spell negate, and Infect Veiler. So I think you saw that pretty consistently over those little 4 replays. I didn't play the deck that much because it is kind of like a one-trick pony type of thing. But nonetheless, it is fun. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.